time. Radiant gets to ban.
All right. We're back in it. I'm sorry for the false start. I had to set my delay. I don't want anyone being a cheating horse, Willie. Welcome everyone. Happy to have you tonight. As I was saying before I restarted my stream, so tonight we actually have two
10
teams,
seconds left.
both of which who have
Eight
won
now.
individual games within Mage League, but neither of them
5
have won a
seconds.
series.
Dire
Both
Lord
teams
Radiant's
0-4
3.
from a current series perspective, so excited to see how this plays out. And we start off with Registered Night Stalker,
Dire
picking up the
gets the
CK, one of the strongest carries in the current meta. Super good team answering with a Shadow Demon. Little bit of a counter to the CK. Strong support right now. Excited to see how that goes. Bit of a counter to the CK. Strong. What do I hear myself? Where do I hear myself right now? Oh, it was probably echoing through Nate. Nate, way to throw me off. Nate, you can come in and co-cast with me should you want to.
Dire's turn to pick.
All right. Again, apologies to those of you watching. So we're seeing lots of really meta bans here. Maybe a little off the rails with the Naga and the Naga ban not as common. The Earthshaker ban makes a little sense. Maybe you don't want the Earthshaker to blow up the CK illusions. In my experience, the Echo isn't enough to like really do much to the CK illusions, but
Dire's
I respect the ban.
Radiant's up.
Treant Protector.
Weaver.
Okay. Highly elusive. The Demonic Purge does slow down Weaver a bit, though, so Weaver's going to have to be pretty careful around the Shadow Demon this match.
We're starting in 5 seconds, with or without you.
Within Mage League, but neither both teams 0-4 from a... Oh my gosh. Okay, Centaur. Good answer here. I like that the Centaur has like a little bit of an ability to lock down both the Treant Protector and the Weaver. I mean, Centaur with the pseudo free pathing.
We're starting in
ult,
5 seconds, with or without you.
And you know, just helping the whole team's move speed to like maybe get on top of that Weaver, I think is a pretty solid pick here. I don't know how assuming it's a Centaur 3, not sure how well it leans into.
Dire's turn to pick.
Actually, if it's Weaver, it's probably Weaver 1 CK3, so probably not going to see those two lane against each other. Super good team going for the Wraith King 1. Got a couple beefy cores on super good team, as is meta. Both likely to go some matter of Blink Blade Mail Heart, I'm guessing. We'll see how it plays out. Could go any which way.
Dire gets to ban.
Witch Doctor.
Witch Doctor, very nice, very strong support, able to turn the tides of some games with a good start. Witch Doctor Ags, incredibly strong.
Radiant's
I
up.
think
Banning time.
So Witch Doctor, before they get the Ags though, struggles with the WK skeletons. They are like really strong, and so you're probably not going to get ideal like bounces, and you're gonna have to manually target select your ult. With all those Wraith King skeletons running around early on, but we'll see how that goes. Alright, final bans. We have Registered Night Stalkers banning out the Dazzle. I think I've seen Tank play some mid-Dazzle before. Tank also played some mid-Primal. Wonder if that will get banned out. Again, sorry to those of you who are like catching the VOD. I am like, I had to rush to get here. I'm very underprepared, but once I get into a groove, we'll do this live. Puck ban out of super good team. Puck has some good catch. I mean, Dream Coil really nice against Centaur. You know, Centaur ults, you throw the Dream Coil down. People have to break the Dream Coil to be able to continue the chase.
5 seconds.
Templar Assassin, interesting choice. Not sure if I love it when there's a Jakiro on the enemy team, but or the Wraith King Skeletons could, you know, mess up
10
those
seconds.
refraction charges. But TA pretty explosive core. I mean, if
5
RNS
seconds.
has someone who's comfortable on it, maybe they'll show up and do some huge things. Not quite sure who's going to be taking care of it. I feel like Registered Night Stalkers have had more than a few subs so far this season, so I'm not sure who's going where and doing what. Interesting though, I'll note that Registered Night Stalkers finished their draft with still 1 minute and 42 seconds left of their reserve time. Seems to me like if you're willing to not use that much reserve time, they had a plan in place. Maybe they talked ahead of time about what they're drafting and why. I think that's a pretty fair reason why you would be able to come up with something like
I'm
this.
Cave Johnson. Who is ready to dip?
Silencer.
Let's do this. Choose your hero.
Interesting. Is it a Jakiro or a Silencer mid? Tank's been their mid player. I think that's a mid Silencer. I think it has a bit of a rough time landing into TA, but the proof will be in the pudding here. Tank has surprised us. Tank's Primal leading the upset game against a warm-up team earlier this season. Man absolutely popped off, so I'm not going to totally discredit the Silencer yet, but I think a lot of how Super Good Team performs is going to be on how well Tank can do in the mid lane. I don't think he necessarily needs to outfarm the Templar, but he definitely needs to avoid getting killed by the Templar. Those side blades, man, those can hurt. And I'm not sure Silencer quite has the maneuverability to get around them. I mean, you can throw your silence on her to dot her down to remove the refraction charges, but I think if they're just wailing on each other, I think TA wins that battle. Could be wrong. And like I said, you know, you've got Jakiro to come take care of the refraction, so maybe we'll see some critical rotations from supports here. Very, very curious about how this mid matchup is going to play out.
All right, get ready.
All right, and we have Templar already drawing on the minimap, trying to set up defensively for the initial bounties here.
Mom, get off the Wi-Fi.
Radiant setting up in the bot lane here. Centaur, double rings of protection, trying to
I've always wanted to be a giant space.
be ready to deal with
Terribly sorry, my behavior scores too low
the
to
physical
apply.
damage out of the
Enjoy the
Weaver. Might have liked to have seen like a wand. I mean, Sakuchi's going to be cast a lot in that lane.
Goodness.
All right, gang, 30 seconds.
All right, pretty surprised here though. You know, usually we have 2 ships passing in the night at the start of games. Both teams just very comfortable sitting defensively at their jungle rune.
all comes down to you and your teammates, technically. But Greg, can they hear me? No? Good. Your teammates are garbage. This is all you.
Alright, so it looks like we have a Wraith King Jakiro bot laning into CK Witch Doctor. We've got Centaur Shadow Demon laning into the Treant Weaver. And as I mentioned earlier, the Silencer TA matchup. Tank, you forgot about that circlet in your backpack there. Doesn't even matter. Stats are for chumps.
Clearly not.
TA is dropping a bit low. Opted for those side blades first. Got that second level. Gonna be able to pop refraction here in the near future. Shadow Demon got a little too close for comfort with the enemy heroes here. $G$ just gonna smack them. Massive right-click damage at a Treant Protector level 1. Not quite sure what happened there with Sarcasm's positioning, but I don't think you want to run in front of the Weaver and the Treant like that. $G$ didn't even opt to use the Blood Grenade for that fight, so good posturing there, not overcommitting.
I guess I haven't been killing you.
Bot lane, CK going low. Wraith King going to pop him. Jakiro also low, level 1 Maledict. Probably not going to be enough here, but still really good harass onto the Witch Doctor as well. Jakiro and Wraith King very happy about that exchange. Tank and A1 squaring up. A1, no, ooh. Pops the Fairy Fire, eats the Mango. Ooh, not gonna be enough. Both heroes dropping incredibly low though. A1 has the bottle. Tank, no bottle. Seems to be saving for one. Went for a full null talisman first. Needs to be very careful with his positioning. A1 gonna back up, let him farm freely. Meanwhile, CK getting low. Has the Breathe Fire on him. Is it going to be enough to pop him? No. 20 HP. Survives. That's the second kind of engagement here bot. The Wraith King still sitting at nearly full HP. Up 9 last hits. CK is only 4. Surprising because CK is such a strong laner right now. And while that's going on, I miss the Weaver and the Treant able to kill the Centaur. $G$, grabbing the healing Lotus there. Yeah, TA sitting with a pretty strong CS lead here. Tank's still, 3.5 minutes in, doesn't have the bottle. TA kind of getting away with murder in this mid lane, but also not killing the Silencer, which I think is what Tank needs to watch out for, is like not getting killed by these side blades during the laning phase. Getting a few less hits where he can. $G$ already got the brown boots. Opts not to get the Orb of Venom. I started talking about him and he lagged out. Caster's Curse or what? Alright, meanwhile, alright, let's go through items while Treant's reconnecting. So we've got the full Falcon Blade on the Weaver. Nothing out of the normal there. Treant going for the early boots. Centaur saving up for Vanguard into Phase boots. Shadow Demon hoping to eventually maybe buy his own brown boots. Tank, bottle on the way, queuing up brown boots next. TA working on her power treads. Coming to bronze on the Jakiro. Looks like he's got something coming out here. Full wand. Wraith King just picked up the, I'm assuming the Helm of the Iron Will, and came out to lane with the Gauntlets of Strength. Interesting, looks like the armlet might come before the brown boots here. Witch Doctor, boot for each foot, mana boots, wand, shard, glimmer cape, planning out his whole game in the quick buy menu. CK also working on the armlet, so it's going to be the battle of the armlets in the Radiant state lane here. DK dropping low to these skeletons. CK, I don't know if you want to keep fighting them, man. That's a very unfortunate death. Yeah, these skeletons early on do a lot of damage. Ooh, and A1 does dive, gets tank under tower while that's going on.
Radiant's middle tower is
Alright,
about
hopefully
to be
there wasn't
pile
a
of
different
smoking
audio
rocks.
source there that picked up my sneeze. Weaver grabbing the Blightstone, going for the Maelstrom next, trying to get a little bit of farm action going on. Feeling happy about having the Falcon Blade and the full wand completed. A1 walking up and smacking tank a few times here. Level 6 on the TA, only 4 on the silencer. Oh, TA. Diving under tower, getting low though. Not quite enough to finish tank off. Tank's probably pretty happy. Like another Maledict was thrown out. Wraith King. I don't think I've seen Wraith King fall below 3/4 HP yet. Meanwhile, G$ Sign picking off the Centaur top lane. Maybe making a play onto the Shadow Demon here? Nope. Shadow Demon backs up. Lots of last hits on both carries right now. Net worth graph favoring RNS quite a lot. Ooh, nice stomp to cancel the dive. The bug though, yep, it's going to be enough to finish off the Shadow Demon.
I thought I was excited before.
Oh, meanwhile,
Now I'm watching
bot
a
lane.
kill spree.
Witch Doctor caught out of position. Jubu just getting everything he could possibly want out of this safe lane. Which is good. I mean, it looks like his mid's suffering quite a bit, so... Drops again. This Radiant offlane really struggling. I say that, but like I said, Juvu's had a free lane and some kills. I haven't seen this health bar drop below 3/4. Will it be enough to compensate for some of the struggles in the other lanes? While this is going on to tank, only dropping that one death. Sitting a little more comfortably here. Kind of wish he would get a sentry ward out mid so he can deward some of these psionic traps, but it is what it is. I think that's gonna be enough to finish him. Yeah, sure is.
Radiant's middle tower is hanging on by a brick.
Damage onto the Weaver. Ooh, Ice Path catches him. Will they see him? No, they don't have the chase to run him down. Looks like maybe a little bit of miscoordination there with JM. Hoping he would come over.
Utter total domination. I can't believe what I'm seeing.
Oh. Tire bring Thor up here.
Killing spree, killing spree, killing spree. Dominating.
Clean
That's
up.
a double kill. Looks like Radiant's top tower is getting torn down. Probably a special.
Meanwhile, Wraith King walking up, finds a free crow, says thank you. Don't mind if I do. If I'm not killing you, I'm killing your courier.
If you're a fan of Radiant's top tower, I'd shut my eyes. Radiant does not like Dire's bottom tower.
Weaver nearly has the Maelstrom. Yeah, your mid's 5-0 and your safe lane support is 4-0-4. Wraith King got the armlet finished up here. Let's take a look at last hits and denies. Wraith King keeping pace with the TA. Is it going to be enough? Ooh, Dire sending 3 heroes down here. Wraith King has a reincarnation. Is it going to be the difference maker? Huge ice path, great global silence. Backline trying to clean up the CK. Rest of the team going for the TA. That's a huge kill. Dire overplaying their hand there, making a little bit of a mistake with the lead that they had. Juvu spending that reincarnation, getting some huge kills, and you can just see this net worth and experience chart just shoot back up towards super good team. Take a look at net worth here. Wraith King sitting at the top. TA not far behind. Weaver not far behind that. Then a huge gap going to the other cores on super good team. Gonna be curious to see if we see something like Midas coming out on Silencer. I think these are treads. Silencer, not really a farming core. He's gonna have a hard time finding the experience in the farm to catch up into this one. His only hope is gonna be the kills. Wraith King summons the Witch Doctor. I don't know if you want to commit for that. Yeah, without reincarnation, you probably don't want to fight where you've got no vision. RNS with the Observer here, seeing the movements come into the jungle.
You almost had that.
And going for the early Force Staff. It's okay. Reality Rift can make that a bit of an issue, though. Like I said, I wasn't crazy about the Silencer pick, but if you're going to go with a core Silencer, I think you kind of have to go with the Midas, knowing that you're going to be behind because of the mid-lane matchup. JM going for the early Blink Dagger. Okay, so I feel like normally you want the Vanguard first, but maybe JM is thinking about, like, we need to start. We've had, like, a rough start to our lanes. We need to get things done. Like, I'm going to get a Blink. I'm going to go Blink at this Weaver, Blink at this Witch Doctor, and we're going to get some kills. And hopefully he has the Silencer joining him for those, so we can grow this permanent intelligence stolen number. As it stands right now, RNS actually the ones down their offlane tower. Radiant also down their offlane tower. And where did that happen?
Kill the living and smash the
Did that happen behind the tower? I hope CK wasn't trying to lane cut. So if you go this build, if you go for the Blink first, like no Vanguard, no phase boots, you can't cut towers. You can't cut waves like that. Like you don't have like the HP to like sustain that. And this Weaver's had a huge start too. It's kind of like a risky and unnecessary thing. But he's got the Blink. He's going elsewhere on the map now. I'd really love to see like the Stampede Blink used to close the gap somewhere on the map, start a favorable fight, start a proactive fight, not a retroactive fight. We'll see. Wraith King going for the Radiance. Okay, snowbally item. I like it. I think a lot of Super Good Team's win condition right now is on the back of this Wraith King, so I like the idea of this like great farming, great damage item, like a little less utility, you know, not like a blink or an ags or something like that. Like I need to hit a lot of creeps and fast.
Don't look now, but Radiant's bottom tower is getting
I think if it's
obliterated.
a pretty smart predictive
You can
TP
look, it's
out of the
kinda fun.
lane as well. You actually have the Treant down here, putting the Observer up, probably going to start cutting the wave. Oh. Sorry everyone, missed the kill on the TA. Good on
Don't look now,
Super Good
but
Team,
Radiant's
slowing down the
bottom
TA a
tower
little
is
bit, getting another
obliterated.
2 in on the
You
Silencer,
can look,
not
it's kinda
committing
fun.
the Global, not committing the Centaur Stampede for that. I assume that was a smoke to kick that off, so some smart movements through the map from Super Good Team. Super Good Team, eyeing this mid tower.
Dire's middle
You've
tower
got
is taking
all your
one hell of
ults
a
still
beating.
available to you. Well, not the macro pyre, but 3 of the ults from your mid heroes. And you do kind of need to push it together, right? You're playing into Train, who's going to be healing these towers. You need a full commit to take them down.
Don't look now, but Radiant's bottom tower is getting
Which it looks like they're trying to do exactly that
Look,
just
it's kinda
now.
fun.
Possibly at
You
the
can tell
expense
Dire's
of their
middle
tier
tower
1
is in
bot.
trouble from the way it's being destroyed
Be
as
curious
I
to
speak.
see if this Wraith King goes somewhere else for it. Fight popping up mid lane, the Treant overgrowth, Global Silence comes up. Dire sitting there, not able to
Don't
do
look now,
anything.
but Radiant's bottom
Will they
tower
go for the kill on G-Dall? It looks like they're going to get it. Weaver in, kills the Centaur, and then kills the Silencer. Kira running away. Shadow Demon low. Wraith King comes in with a big crit on the Weaver. Doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Macro Pyre down. Lots of heroes standing it, taking that tick damage. CK coming up, hitting that tower. Wraith King gives him a couple claps and says, "No, sir, you don't get to dive my tower." Wraithfire blasts onto this Weaver. Ooh, one crit, didn't get a chance to follow up with a second right click. At the end of that fight, pretty even experience change, slight gold favor to Dire. Quite the fight, like to see it. Glad we're starting to make some moves as a team here. Some big team fight spells out of both teams coming out. Looking forward to see how those keep playing out. Now we're back to farming. See, Centaur maybe finishing up the Vanguard next, possibly looking to hop over to the secret shop here to pick up the whatchamacallit, what's that dang red jelly bean called? Vitality booster in the near future. Meanwhile, Wraith King sitting back, farming creeps, doing a great job of it. Let's take a quick look at last hits and denies here. Didn't slightly higher than the Weaver.
Don't look now, but Radiant's bottom tower is getting obliterated.
Curious to see if the Weaver goes for, going for the Manta. I get it, but at the same time, I'm a little worried where you've got so much gap close out of Radiant. Like, yeah, you can remove something. Oh, jeez, Jam. Yeah, just getting absolutely destroyed by this TA with a Desolator or Dragonlance. Goodness. Yeah, finishing up the Vanguard. Hopefully going to go back for Phase Boots next. Get the little extra armor from the Phase Boots as well. And then like a Blade Mail, something like that. Alright, I get a moment to breathe and a moment to drink some water. Alright, Co-Caster, you share your thoughts for a moment. Yeah, going for the blink next. Good gap close. A little troubling though, so like if you're a TA and you blink into these fights, it's like there's still a Centaur ult to sort of counter her positioning. So we'll see how that goes. Hero actually going for the Rod of Atos. I like that. You know, locks down the Weaver, locks down the TA. Potentially locking down some of the other heroes as they're scurrying around the map. Definitely some ping issues with the server. I haven't experienced them, but I'm also not playing the game. Alright, going ready.
Okay, now where
Back
were we?
into it.
Don't look now, but Radiant's bottom tower is getting
CK,
obliterated.
just an armlet. No,
Okay, fine, you
no
can look, it's
boots
kinda
yet.
funny.
CK, where are your boots? Put some shoes on, dude.
Don't look now,
Some
but Radiant's
observers.
bottom tower is getting obliterated.
Um,
Okay, fine, you can look. It's kind of funny.
Rex Cow, you had a sentry right there, doggy. JM,
Dyer's top
you
tower
just
is
died down
really
here,
taking a
man.
beating. Radiant's middle tower is hanging on by a brick. Dyer's top tower just went
Yep.
brick belly
Radiant
up.
pushing, grabbing the top tower. Wraith King coming through the gate. Could be caught out of position here. Centaur build. Oh, it's not going to be enough with the overgrowth. That seems like a pretty big commitment just to...
Blood spraying everywhere.
Lots of hate into this Wraith King right now. Probably going to see the reincarnation pop. Is it going to be enough? Global silence out. Manta to remove the global silence. Manta providing some value already. Wraith King drops. Or sorry, Witch Doctor, the other W-named hero. Wraith King on top of this TA pops her, pops the CK. Are we going to see more chase? Skeletons giving vision of the Treant Protectors. Treant Protector able to blink away. I don't think we have more gap close here. No blink on the Wraith King. That's alright though. End of the day, huge XP swing to super good team. Yeah, I think committing the overgrowth to the Centaur at the beginning of the fight, bit of a mistake. I mean, that's such a valuable AoE team fight spell. Just for the Centaur, who's pretty underfarmed, if we're looking at where the Centaur is sitting right now in the match. Pop over to net worth real quick. Yeah, I mean, we've got... I feel like these are the three to really watch in these fights. And then these are, like, semi-core sitting here in the middle of the pack. Centaur really struggling, man. Such a strong core right now, but from this far behind, I'm not sure if you're going to make the difference to catch up with a Wraith King over twice your net worth 20 minutes into the game. Wraith King, 45 seconds on reincarnation. The Witch Doctor is chasing him. He seems to know it. I think there was supposed to be a blink there. A little bit of a miscommunication, not setting up quite right on the TA. Hopefully they've got the vision. Yeah, TA melting with a refraction through the macro fire. Hank coming up, getting some in, getting so smart. Witch Doctor popping ult, going invis, gets stomped, gets canceled. Rex Cow. Ooh. Yikes, these are two really unfortunate fights for registered Night Stalkers in a row. I mean, we just had a 4K experience swing last fight and another 4K experience swing this fight. Radiant losing no one, not even reincarnation on Wraith King popped for that, and in fact, it's back up for him.
Things are
So
looking
they
dire
could
for
possibly
Dyer's
pressure
bottom
this
tower.
tier 2 tower.
Forget I said that. Their bottom tower is in trouble, though.
Yeah, I mean, just these last two fights doing crazy things to the graphs of the map. Sizing up on the Tormentor, but most of Dire is respawning. I don't know if you want to commit to
Radiant's
this.
middle tower is about to be a pile
Probably
of
would have liked to
smoking
have seen them finished up this tower rather than play around at the Tormentor, but it is what it is. We were trying to chase the back lines a little bit. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to get
Radiant's
anything.
middle tower is about to be a pile of smoking rocks.
Silencer finishes up the Hurricane Pike. If the TA or the Weaver gets on top of him, maybe stays alive a little longer. Someone donated a Tango to the river. Doesn't seem to be floating down the river. Are Tangos too dense to float on water? It just sits and spins. Tank picks it back up. Tank, I was gonna do a whole bit there, man. Meanwhile, Dire doing Roshan. The negative armor from the TA and the Weaver just massive, ripping Roshan apart.
I put on a hard hat. That baby is coming down.
Weaver go.
Dyer's top
Lots
tower
of
is
mid-game
really
items.
taking the
I think after the meta, I would have liked to have seen something completed rather than it looked like the Dragonlance came in later after these 3 items. I could be mistaken,
If you're in
but
the
you know,
vicinity
I'd
of
like to
Dyer's top
see
tower, I'd put on a hard
some
hat. That baby is
bigger
coming down.
items here. You know, finishing up a Glepnir, working on Daedalus, something like that. Satanic, also a very good Weaver item right now. Instead, the really mid-game focus itemization right now on this Weaver. Meanwhile, Wraith King hitting creeps, taking names, doing whatever he wants. Has he died yet? I don't believe he has. Nope, 9-0 on this Wraith King. That said, I mean, I feel like super good teams' win condition is this Wraith King, so we'll see if they're able to keep him alive as we really start to venture into the mid game here, or if Radiant, you know, between TA's negative armor, CK's contribution to that as well, and some of these like big team fight ults, if they're going to be able to keep their Wraith King, kill the Wraith King twice, or if he's going to be able to sustain and endure through it.
Regeneration.
Radiant? Hey Wraith King, we'll come hang out near you. Alright, smoking up. Looking for a pick off. DK farming where he shouldn't be farming. Yeah, a little bit of a miscommunication. We've seen this a couple times in the fights. Super good team is a mishmash of people who haven't played together prior to Mage League. I think 1 or 2 players may have played together previously, but this is a bit of a throw together stack, which I think is really cool, that we have that sort of dynamic in the league. But that said, we have some of the miscommunication like that where, you know, two people initiate with contradictory spells, kind of interrupt each other. But at the end of the day, they got the CK kill. I don't know if that's the value you want out of the smoke, but they're able to get some space on the map, push up. Doesn't look like Treant's been keeping this tier 2 alive. Yeah, Wraith King walks up and chops it once, and it drops.
Illusion.
Ooh. A little bit of a botch communication there. Ice Bat goes down, McIntyre, Witch Doctor dropping low. Centaur dies, Wraith King still alive. Silencer dropping low as well. Gets clapped by the Chaos Knight. Reincarnation pops, Wraith King links out. Stuns the Weaver, is it enough to finish him? Ooh, no, able to get the time lapse off. Disruption onto the Weaver, but yeah, with the buyback on the CK, I think if you're raiding, you just try to get out of that. Maybe you sacrifice or Shadow Demon. Oh, don't fall victim, just save your buddy syndrome. Looks like Jakiro might be doing so. Should be able to TP out here. No stuns to interrupt on the TA or the Weaver. Wraith King back to hitting creeps. Poor Desolator charges up 3k in the bank. Living his best life.
My work here is done.
Is this what Sunsfan warned us about?
Can I do these? No, I can't as a caster.
Is this what Sunsfan warned us about?
Get off the Wi-Fi.
Nice, love it. Seems like we got a good attitude from both stacks this game. Able to exchange some friendly voice lines here. Much better than my toxic Dark Willow player did the other day.
Middle tower is in trouble from the way it's being destroyed
Fucking
as I
Mike.
speak.
We listen to this, son of a bitch.
I knew they were mine.
Dyer's middle tower is taking one hell of a beating.
CK pops ult. Creep wave, not quite the tower. Tank goes back for the Witchblade. Man, it's just, I feel like some of this itemization is so weird. Going back for Witchblade in like the 20-something minutes, I don't know. Because, you know, it's not like you need to
Don't
build
look
a
now,
Revenant
but
Scourge.
Radiant's
It's a
bottom
good
tower is
item, but
getting
it wouldn't have been a
close.
good first item. Going back
kinda
for
fun.
it, like, I would have liked to have seen, you know, it's... How much is Witchblade? 2,600? Like, you could have been almost halfway to a Scythe with that, right? You could have built the ulti orb first, and then when you get the Scythe, like, you've got that hard lockdown for the TA or the Weaver. Whereas the Witchblade is just kind of more right-click damage, which, yeah, as he gains more int, he'll be dealing more. But I don't know if this really contributes that much. And he actually skipped the Shard, which I think is a mistake as well. Sir, you've got 28 in. You could possibly have 40-something had you picked up the Shard as soon as you were able to. I don't know, but I'm not the one playing Silencer, and maybe he'll still prove me wrong by getting a shit ton of int by the end of the game. I don't know, I don't write the future. Wraith King, chopping through the Treant Protector, Ice Path off the target, Centaur on top of the TA, Shocking Cast, slowing down the Centaur, Global Silence comes out. Weaver disrupted during the Global Silence. I don't know if you want to stack this quite like that. Wraith King chasing. We got 2 fights going on at once, guys. I'm not that talented a caster. I can't do this. I can't do this. I can only watch one. Wraith King clapping the CK. Can we get the toggle? We're getting the toggle. Blinks out. Does the Meld Strike hit? No, that dislodges the Meld Strike. Meanwhile, on the back line, Jakiro's still alive. Silencer stepping up with the Jakiro onto the TA and the Weaver. I don't think you win that battle, man. Well, I know you don't win that battle because you didn't. Wraith King got the Reincarnation. Not enough mana for it. Hasn't picked up the Shard yet. We are the smoke. You're out of smokes. Are they actually, though? Are they just being silly? Can I see as a caster? No, I can't. They're not out of smokes. I think Rex Cow's the one smoking right now. Building the armlet before boots, dude. Green, got the Blink Dagger, working on the Shard next. TA, what do you got for items, TA? Nearly a BKB. Smart.
If you're in the vicinity of
Wraith
Dyer's top
King?
tower, I put on a
Yeah,
hard
this
hat.
Wraith
That
King
baby is coming
is
down.
ginormous. I mean, like, 4.5 slotted at this
Two Dota
point.
players in a lane. They might
3
crash.
endgame items, and again, this is kind of what I was talking about earlier. You've got these heroes who are building like these weird like mid-game items, whereas this Wraith King is just like, I am the win condition. I'm going for the late game. I'm going to hit very hard and very fast. Threading through CK. He stunned him and hit him what, 3 times? Took off the majority of his health. Radiant's also good for going through this refraction. I mean, they've got a lot of answers for the refraction that causes Silencer so much pain in the mid lane. Raken's just running at her. Working Pike, bringing back, disruptions, saving the Meld Strike damage. Centaur ult, but the rest of the team hasn't followed up quite yet. Support's a little far behind. Centaur front lanes. Ooh, wow. Oh no, that was the Witch Tower. I thought that was the TA. Going on the TA. TA pops the BKB. Do they have detection? Yes, they do. Oh my goodness. This Wraith King is running a clinic on Dire right now. Centaur does drop down. Are they gonna keep hitting the tower? I think you can. You got Reincarnation. You got the Shard, so now not worried about the lack of mana for it. Weaver caught by the Ice Path is gonna be enough. Macropyre down. Wraith King just walking at him. Was there a Witch Doctor there? Not anymore, dude. Guys, you gotta stop. Sergeant Sarcasm, you gotta stop stacking those up, man. My man, you gotta stop stacking those up. Oh, Wraith King finally drops. Had Reincarnation the whole time, folks. Wasn't even worried about it. Silence. Ooh, there's the shard. There was the fourth glaive hit. 4 glaives hit. Silence the target. Fourth one coming out is on the Weaver right as he was about to time that. That's right, man. Just flapping cheeks left and right. 6k gold. 24 Desolator charges. And still a tier 2 tower mid. Oh, JM! The Vanguard. You needed the 9-minute mark. Who's finally coming to you? Let's look at the fight recap. Yeah, 5k gold. I don't know who bought back that fight. I was the match.
Dyer's middle tower has hit the concrete button.
Only the Centaur and 1 Wraith King death the whole time. Reincarnation 45 minutes out, but I don't know if they've got the damage output to kill him. I say, they're doing some work on it. Yeah, I might want to reset, you know, you consider Roshan at this point going to be spawning in about 10 seconds. Something to that effect. Blue drawing circles on the map. Hey guys, let's go get this tier 2. And I'm going to hit my creeps. Yeah, well I hope someone's circling his 6.5k gold in the bank. Courier going nowhere, doing nothing. Oh my god, man, you're rich.
Dyer's top tower is really taking a beat.
Alright, Dyer, what do you need to do to get back into this? I think your Weaver's got good items. It needs to finish up that MKB. Your TA needs to hit hard, and I think we need to see like a big overgrowth here. You know, the issue with the CK offlaner is like you can kill one target, so like great, they kill like a Jakiro or a Shadow Demon, assuming no one can get their saves off, which they have plenty of, but it's like you don't have that big team fight presence as so many other offlaners, like your Tide Hunters, your CKs. I think a lot of this is like your initiate, your counter initiate right now, aside from just running at them or throwing your underfarmed CK at them. Building a Shadow Blade next. I don't know if you want to build a Shadow Blade, my guy. You've got a TA who goes invis, you've got an invis Weaver, you've got a Glimmer Cape on your Witch Doctor, and you've got a Treant with Shard. Maybe just wanted to join in on the invis party, but I don't think going for a 5th invis item is what you want to do. Racing, go farm the creeps in lane. Going for a full consumed Ags on the Wraith King says, okay, yeah, I might die this next fight, finally, but even in the offhand chance that I do, we're gonna take some buildings, because I'm even alive after you kill me. Egg's blessing. Delicious.
Nobody's down there. Fire and ice. Better place.
Doma, is that you? Are you here? Are you listening to me? Look at the line of sight on that trap still. Is that a traffic light? Sun's on. Oh, dude, I would be screaming at Sergeant Sarcasm right now. Gives the TA the opportunity to BKB and run out. Wraith King walks up, claps the Witch Doctor, or what remains of the Witch Doctor. Lots of bugs down. Quite very confusing right now. Wraith King coming in top, overthrow. That Wraith King is so unfortunate. Wraith King can hit out of this Weaver illusion. Going after the TA now. Disruption to save the Hurricane Pipe. Please be able to kill the hero. 3 goes down, Wraith King. Kind of alive. Are you going to hit the building, or are you just going to run around in circles? Nice, hit the building. Wraith King drops many buybacks out of Dire, even though the Wraith King's already dead. I think the fight's over. I don't know if you need to buy back there, but you did. What can you do? Maybe collect yourselves? Is Roche up? Hey, Roche. I mean, if you want to make effective use of those buybacks, I think you have someone like the leader will push out your lanes, and the rest of you run to Roche on take it, put Aegis on your TA, and like hope you get another good fight. Haven't seen that taunt before. Race King already got another 4,000 gold, man.
The Hades have
Maybe
blessed
Strength Blink next. Maybe an Abyssal, something like that. Sell your armlet, get an Abyssal. I don't know. Still got room to grow. Rex Cow, maybe finishing up his second item at some point this game. Who knows? Weaver, what do you got? Manta Scotty Mjolnir, still working on that MKB. Did you buy back the last fight? You did not, so you're saving for buyback. You're playing it a little safe. Yeah, you ping out the Roshan like, hey, maybe we should have done this while they were dead for so long. I think it's a little late now. TA's heading up there. Yeah, Comedy Bronze heading up on the Jakiro. Are you going to be able to scout this out? Ooh, they do scan it. I could see a Macro Pyre drop down, potentially doing some damage here. You're going to get bold about it? You're going to have to do it fast. Alright, what's going to get the killing blow on the Roshan here? Dyer's got it. Aegis on the Weaver. Are we chasing the Jakiro? Nope. Restoration's behind him. Smoke's gonna pop here. They don't see the Invis Treant. Centaur ult, closing the gap. Switch Doctor gonna get hit once by the Wraith King and die. Yep. Seen that one before. Stun on the BKBTA. Backline. We got Silencer teeing off on this Weaver here. Does he have a scythe? He does. Smart. Pops the Weaver. They forgot that the Weaver had Aegis. They've left him alone. He's just Gucciing away. Meanwhile, TK getting clapped. Back to pushing out lanes. 6k gold going for the Agi Blink. Okay, I respect it. Sure. Yeah, that's. I had mentioned it earlier. I think like Blade Mail is really good. Probably would have liked that over the Lotus. I mean, I guess the Lotus contributes to like the 4 protect one that they're kind of going for. They're like, yes, Wraith King, you win this game for us. Go, go, go. I'd like to see some. Where's the vision? Here, come help out your team. Throw that sentry down. Look how much shit there is for you to do Lord right now.
Would have to be on some kind of killing spree to get
Low dollar sign. Jumping away. Gonna be enough. Nope. Better hope no one gets reality ripped into the well. Nope. Wraith King going mid. And more buildings. Another reincarnation. Should be able to get Megas. Ooh, Weaver's dropping him low. Weaver dropped him. Global silence a little too late. Weaver already in Sakuchi. TA BKB blinks backline, kills the Jakiro. Jakiro's still alive because of the reincarnation action lesson. That is a Witch Doctor dieback. Wraith King dies. They do kill him. Is he going to be able to kill the Weaver while he's still alive? No. 7 seconds. Not enough. 7 seconds of heaven? No. 7 seconds. 7 seconds of trying to kill a bug. Well, Freedom have secured Mega Creeps. Not all is lost for Dire, but... Ooh! Huge gold, experience in Gold Swing though. 6k gold, 9k experience. Is it going to be enough? We'll find out. Maybe get their first tier 2 of the game on Dire.
Radiant's middle tower is about to be applied. Radiant's middle tower is hanging on by a brick. That's it for Radiant's middle tower. We'll never forget you, Radiant's middle tower. Radiant's middle tower is about to be a pile
Going
of
after the tier 3 here
Dire's
as
middle
well.
tower is secure. Biggest standing on its last breath. Middle tower just got smashed all to hell.
Tier 3 down. Well, most of Radiant's respawning here. I think, you know, again, with the Ag's reincarnation, they're just going to be able to A-click the Ancient. Even if they die, they should be able to pop it. No, you didn't. Oh, Rex Cow. I don't think you need Tricksters when you have Shadowblade, when you have 4 invisible heroes on your team, my friend. I don't even think the majority of the damage you're taking is magic. It is the best option. Maybe I'm being a little too critical here, but jeez. So much invis on Dire. Yeah, I'm carrying some dust as well. It's smart. It says, Joe, your blade mill idea was bad and you should feel stupid. Well, you are winning a good game, so I'll give you that much, but ooh.
Dire's middle tower has taken one hell of a beating.
Alright, Witch Doctor getting caught on these mega creeps. Let's see if Radiant pick up a gem at this point. Silencer going for the Silver Edge? Interesting choice.
A wise king always has an army.
This mega creep's about to pop the tier 4, looks like. If not, skeletons. Raging walks up, kicks it down. And then Witch is falling down. Lots of shit onto this Weaver early in the fight. Weaver gets the Manta off. Instant time lapse. Very nice. CK in the back line. Stampede going off. Lots of spells. Centaur sitting there. I'm still alive. You're still alive. Push button. Centaur down the first time. Creep sitting on it. Yeah, I think it's blocked.
Radiant gets the win.
Thank God, because I couldn't have said all of what was happening there. Phew! Phew, lads. Alright. How did you do it? Are they still fighting? Holy shit, are they still... Okay. I might have another stream that I'm going to watch during the intermission here. Good, the other teams are finding it. Can I see what's happening? They're back in main menu. Is it over? Did they win?
Hello.
What's up, Doma?
I didn't want to join mid game while you were casting. You were doing so good.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that.
How many games are tonight?
Well,
How many more games, I should say?
So this is a best of 3, so could be 1 more, could be 2 more.
What about the Mages and Witch River? Are they done?
I think they just wrapped up. I'm looking at the winner. Mage Esports won
Mina,
2-1.
I have to say.
Yeah, we're pretty sick.
Nice, dude.
The
Congrats.
Grimstroke PL Ags, that was kind of disgusting.
I picked the PL
It
thinking, yeah, the Ag Spare with the Grimshark would be pretty decent. And then we did it once and I was like, oh, that's a bit more than decent.
That's fucked up.
Hey.
Hey
I was like,
everyone,
yeah,
I am live on Twitch, just for
yeah,
warning.
so you can't say the word Steven says slug.
Aw.
Congrats
God,
on your victory, guys.
Thank
That's
you, we're pumped,
exciting.
because I really thought they were gonna fucking clown on us.
Yep.
Well, it was an interesting game 1 over here. So super good team. Registered Night Stalkers picked TA mid last pick, and then super
Okay.
good team picked Silencer mid into TA, and I was just like, no,
That's it.
disaster. And their Wraith King just got like the freest game I've ever seen a Wraith King get before.
P1 Racing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Juva's good.
Yeah,
Very.
it's solid. Just like knew when to farm, knew when to fight, like
Yeah,
good
Juva's pretty on
target
point.
prioritizing.
Yeah, I mean, I've been thinking a lot about picking the TA up, but I feel like after Sven fell out the meta, it's not as good. I'm still shook at the fact that we won the Mage Ball. I really didn't think we would.
Slug, glad to see you're back on the team.
Yeah. Are you still
Yeah,
kicking Slug off?
Yeah, we're gonna have to still get Slug after we lost that second game. That was on him, dude. We're gonna have to blame that one on Slug. We gotta find some sort of scapegoat.
Okay, how do I? Hey, other admin, help me out here.
Yeah.
So, RNS want Radiant.
If you change it from coin flip to manual, and then a swap teams button will appear above the unassigned players.
Am I
And then you
able
just gotta
to
make sure
join
to
lobby and
select
just spectate?
the favored team or whatever it is should be whoever's first pick.
Wait, what should happen?
There's like a setting like underneath coin flip that's like or underneath manual it'll say like favorite team or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That'll be whoever you want to have first pick. So that'll be Radiant because Sergeant Sarkis must be first, they're second.
Wait,
Am I able to
let me
join
share
the
my
lobby
screen
and
real
just
quick.
spectate?
I need an adult.
No worries.
Where do I set first or second pick?
So the starting team one, right below where you put manual. So that should be Radiant, yeah.
Okay.
And then give Dyer the little tick of you won a game.
So Dyer wants second pick, so
Yeah, Radiant has first pick. Also,
Radiant gets first pick, so I have that. Starting team Radiant. Okay, I'm good.
Let's...
Did RNS set the correct team this week?
I don't know. They did, yeah, on the first game.
Okay.
They
Oh,
all
my God.
they all rage quit. They all rage quit. I'm guessing they were struggling to set team. it bugs out sometimes when people mess with it. So I'm guessing one of them. You only have to leave and rejoin the slot, but. I just need the two boys to join up.
All right, they're ready. Oh boy. Mina, I also want to compliment you. We'll get into this cast momentarily, but you had an Alk deny game 1 that looks so clean. I saw you start your stun and your health start dropping lower and lower, and I'm like,
That was
oh
not
no,
intentional.
oh no, it's not gonna happen, is it?
I was planning just to kill the Void. I didn't realize they were like bringing 1,000,001 people up. I was like, look, the Void's out of position, I'm gonna kill him, and like I went to ult as he chronoed, and I just didn't get the goal off, so I died.
Could I get an invite to the lobby?
I'll be side.
Oh yeah, I'm streaming in Discord, Doma, if you want to watch it live rather than through my Twitch.
Okay. Yeah, your Twitch is just the quality's not doing so hot.
Well, it's also 2 minutes behind.
And granted, that's probably well, yeah, that.
Well, look, are these bans the same as last game? Do you know, or vaguely the same?
No, so the CK got through last game, the Treant Protector got through last game, the Wraith King got through last game, so we're seeing a lot of like
could actually ban it out
last team's like games.
10 seconds.
Well, Super Good are the ones that picked Wraith King, right? So they banned out, they respect banned it.
Yep.
I'm guessing maybe they had first pick last time.
Let's give him a second.
Jakiro, yeah, we actually saw a super good team with the Jakiro last game.
I can say Witch River against us at Jakiro all 3 games.
Yep.
It's a good hero. It just does so much for the laning, and like it's quite scary in the mid to late game with the Axel. Like if your beacon is down, it's like so frustrating to play with the Axel.
Yeah, they actually RNS picked TA into the Jakiro last game too, which I felt like you can kind of like move around it, but like if you get caught out of position even for a moment, like.
I like the TA a lot more as a P1 and as a mid right now as well. I think laning wise, it doesn't match up great into a lot of the current mid laners. But I guess, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, she did great. She absolutely dumpstered the silencer mid. But then it's like, she came out into this mid game into like a Jakiro and a Wraith King with a Radiance, and like.
And Sansa also is a bit of a threat to her getting 2 damage instances at a time.
5 seconds.
It's not a fun TA game, I guess. Like I respect it. I think the hero's good in certain games. But I think it's like more of a last pick sort of hero where you know what the enemy cores are and it's like the damage instances are like super low.
Yeah, I don't think it was a throwing pick, but like I think the win condition there was like you need to snowball that TA and like win kind of early, and it just didn't happen.
Was that P1? It was a Weaver, right?
Yeah, it was Weaver. So TA Weaver. It was actually funny. So I made this comment. So, they had Weaver TA, they had a Witch Doctor 5 with a Glimmer Cape, they had a Treant with Ags, and they had an offlane CK who went Armlet Shadowblade. I'm like, guys, you can't do this.
It's scaling out that mind.
I know I say invisibility is invincibility, but like not when your whole team does it. It nullifies it.
It does make it a whole lot easier for them to just dump sentries.
Yeah. So RNS did their homework on tank. We've seen tank play both the Dazzle mid and the get away with murder on the Primal Beast.
Yeah, Primal was like easily the strongest hero that we've seen on tank.
Yeah, I mentioned during last game's draft, like got that upset win against like warm up team. I don't think we were expecting that, but that was huge.
That was kind of on the back of tank just going to town on Primal as well. Yeah.
10 seconds.
I remember. What was that? I think it's against a PA.
5 seconds.
Anyway, I mean, it's very interesting. Super good ban out a lot of their own heroes, right? Well, actually, the way there was the
early in the draft.
Let's give him a second.
Odie Oracle, okay.
I mean, Odie's a pretty strong laner, but it's very greedy. Like, it's got this like awkward mid game where like it takes up like it's like in the laning stage he's gross as hell, and like he's kind of gross for like a couple minutes into the mid game, like before we even get like items really. But then like in the mid game where like you've only got like 1 or 2 items, OD feels like really weak, especially when those BKBs first come online. But then in the late game the hero's like monstrous, so it's like it's a weird hero where I feel like a lot of the reason people don't pick it is because like the power spikes don't match up. But if you can make use of the late game of it, then maybe it works out. Maybe they want to scale their mid laner and then maybe have some higher tempo calls elsewhere.
Yeah, I do want to comment too that the Oracle is able to remove fatal bonds, which like we've seen so many games in all of Mage League where like those fatal bonds are just wrecking havoc in so many fights. But now you've got the Oracle who says, yeah, whatever, I'll take them off.
Our last match as well, we had the Grimshark Warlock was pretty gross. Double fatal bonds is pretty scary. It's the first time we've been to Grimshark, and I'm honestly I can see why a lot of the pro teams pick it up because it like while it's laning stage isn't insane, it just does so much in mid game team fights with the ult and basically just the ult and the shot.
Yeah. That said, we also have like 3 ranged ways that you can interrupt the Warlock's puddle so far on RNS as well.
Is the route stop the puddle? I actually don't know.
Well, I felt confident until you questioned me on it.
Well, like I know like it's like depends on the channel, right? Some channels are cancelled by roots, some aren't, and so I don't know. I'm gonna say it is, but I don't know. Obviously OD can pretty easily, Jagera can very easily. They steal the Night Stalker from RNS.
Is that an unregistered Night Stalker?
It's actually the first Night Stalker in Mage League. I was actually looking at the unpicked heroes earlier.
Yeah.
The first game for him.
Breaker, strong offlaner.
You don't fancy losing one, Mina?
I mean, we just haven't been enough early P1 picks. I think you can like Night Stalker. You may want to pick when you know there's a P1 you can abuse, or like a core you can abuse, like a Puck or a Jug or a Slark, something that really hates the AoE silence. We picked the Luna earlier as well. It didn't go very well for us, mostly because I'm terrible at Luna, also because I'm just throwing.
No, there's the first one. That's the first one.
There was a Clockwork in our game earlier as well, the Yiddle's offlane Clockwork, P3. I'm not a big fan of the core Clockwork. I think it struggles to do a lot with items.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the Nyx P3 either, but that seemed to like
that worked out and like
too.
It did a decent amount of work, but also at the same time, Yiddle's done a lot of like deaths just essentially, right? Where like he just like walked into people and died, and I feel like if it wasn't for some bad play on our part, it would have been quite a game-throwing pick for them. Just it ended up getting a lot done, stuff done like as soon as it hit 6 there. Got kind of a slow 6 because top lane went quite well for us, but yeah, just ganked and matched and kind of opened the map for them.
Nyx banned out.
Just long enough to
Nyx is a really good counter to the Dawnbreaker. I don't know if they'd pick it like core Luna Night Stalker Nyx. I feel like you're putting so much of your win condition on your Luna
I mean,
at that
you
point.
you could do like a mid clock or like probably mid Night Stalker maybe, and then have the Luna Night Stalker scaling, because Night Stalker does scale really well if you go for like Midas or something on it to help him like keep up in farm. But like, yeah, you can't get away
10
with
seconds left. Well,
like an offlane
now.
Nyx, I don't think. Maybe P4 Nyx,
Starting
P3
in
clock
5 seconds,
maybe
with or
work.
without you.
The nice thing about Nyx though is he's pretty good against OD as well. So it could have worked.
Silencer banned out as well, so Register Night Stalker's really trying to make sure that this Dawn ulti happens in these fights.
Yeah. I don't actually consider too much about the silence being a counter to the Dawn. I didn't realize you could. I guess it is a channel, so yeah, you can cancel it partway through the cast. Here's what they're gonna go for here. I think that's a pretty traditional carry from super good. I mean, I think the PA would not have worked out for us. Like, Spectre makes sense.
Spec Dawn combo. I love this.
Yeah.
A little
I mean,
greedy,
that gives them a
the
lot
Spec
of
and the
tempo.
OD together, but
I feel like Spec with like current meta, like she can be like super like high tempo if you go for like an earned blade mail build. Like you can get a lot of like
10
she can be
seconds. Just
super
one
aggro
to
early
regret
and then
every choice
like
you've made
kind of
if
make
you
up for the
hurry.
OD. Like they can kind of play around the OD
5
on the
seconds.
supports and then have the other two come in. Because the OD can be quite beefy, especially if I go for like early Ags with the Ags effect that gives the shield. I can see it maybe working out.
I think this Night Stalker has a lot of work cut out for him though, where
Yeah, I'm not a big
needs
fan.
to get on top of the Oracle like every
Yeah.
fight. Like I hope we see a blink. If this Night Stalker doesn't like go a positioning item though, like it's gonna be rough. Like getting to the backline where
Even
he
if
really
like
needs to
Blink
disrupt.
or like he's a BKB run at this Oracle, because otherwise he's just gonna get rooted and have a horrible time. But yeah, he definitely kind of is his job this game to just delete this Oracle, make sure there's no Oracle coming out, anything other than Oracle himself. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of this Night Stalker. As I said, I feel like you only really want to pick the Night Stalker one that's a core that you can really abuse, so some core that relies a lot on a spell to stay alive.
Dave Johnson here. What are we doing?
But the hero does scale quite well. I think a lot of people underestimate him. That's a very greedy pick.
Wait,
I like Morta,
mid?
but yeah, I think it's a mid Morta. I've seen a lot of mid Morta in pubs.
Interesting. Okay.
I think it's a very greedy pick, but like it can do a decent amount early. Like it's got some good spells.
Yeah, and Tank surprised me before, so I'm not gonna.
I think the main issue with the mid Morta is that like the items you need to really do stuff. Like if the enemy plays smart, you need a lot of items. That you need a positioning item and stat items. Whereas if you don't have a positioning item, then your ult tends to get kited. And also without BKB this game, you're probably just gonna get Ashland Prisms in your ult.
Right.
So like, it's a very like the hero like part of what makes Morta so strong is that in the late game she just deletes things, but she relies so much on just like having just an item for an answer for everything, because she needs to get off a good ult, right? Like she could do damage without her ult, but like it's so much less in comparison, because like in the late game, cores are walking around with like 70-80% physical resist and like 25 maybe if they buy magic resist items, like maybe 50% magic resist. So you just deal so much more damage in your ult. So even with BKB, you just tend to deal more damage than with magic than you do with physical, just because people have a lot of armor nowadays.
That's a sick Oracle skin. I don't think I've seen that.
I didn't notice it.
It's got a lot of arms.
It's
Oh,
the
it's
armor.
really-
Oh.
All right,
that's the
get ready.
Way you gotta look at the.
Look
I
at the
don't
water.
remember how you view. Oh wait, nope, I do. Hold on.
What are you trying to look at? I is the default key.
Show
You click on hero.
items?
The button's gone. The only way to do it is to
No. Whatever.
It's I by default. You can try I. Oh, it doesn't actually work for me in Spectre.
No, that's buyback
Oh,
status.
yeah. Okay. Then I guess you need that bit like slots
Damn,
with it.
dude. Now I'm screwed
Yeah.
over again.
Yeah, they got rid of the
Why
I
are
don't
you
know why.
going aggressive here? I don't know how strong your level 1 is.
This
Though.
is
I mean, I guess you do have bonds.
The farm's really good.
Man.
Big Jakiro.
Ooh.
30
Nice
seconds.
job.
I actually thought Spectre that was winning it. I was like, that's a bit questionable.
27 seconds.
I didn't see the gunshot. Well played by
Is
them.
this what Sunsfan warned us about?
Worked out. I mean,
Is
it
this
was
what
like
Sunsfan
they were just a
warned us
bit
about?
tighter than RNS were, and that was the main reason I feel like they won the fight. Is that Stalker registered?
That's your ancient they've got. You should have
That's
two.
clever.
Go, get it
These
back.
teams have kind
Smash it to
of been
bits in
bantering
front
with
of 'em.
voice lines back and forth. Seems like there's a
Oh,
good,
we were
good sense of
tipping
camaraderie here.
we were tipping Tyler so much in our games. He played Invoker the first few games. We tipped him so much when he missed his such strikes. It was sick. At one point, the Jakiro went aggressive top, and then Tyler missed his sunstrike, and we just killed the Jakiro. We tipped the hell out of Tyler.
Not to distract from our current cast, but Mages, any interest, appetite in trying to see if we can schedule a game this Sunday?
Yeah, I think we're all available. So let's talk about it.
Yeah, we'll be nice.
It has to be after 1:30 EST. That's the only.
After 1:30 EST.
Yeah, That's our only requirement for it being Sunday.
Okay, cool. Let me run it by the boys after this then.
Yep.
I think we should be able to assemble it, but next week starts to get a little dicey. As a reminder, we got big American holiday coming up in a couple weeks here. Lots of people will be traveling next weekend, so better to knock it out early.
I get it. It's my best. Let's have a look. Very curious how this mid lane's gonna go, because in theory, OD should demolish Muerta, in my opinion. Like, Muerta has good spells, but because she relies on the trees for a dead shot, like, it's quite awkward in the mid lane.
Well, she can use the creeps, though.
Oh yeah, that's true. I very rarely use the creeps personally, so I actually genuinely forgot I could do that.
Alright, note for Sunday, let Muerta through the draft. He doesn't know about the creep trick.
Yeah. Let Muerta through the draft. Dude, like, if they first ban Muerta every game against us, I'm so upset. They're so much fun.
Interesting. Yeah,
I think it's because I picked it a lot.
Three cores leading the last
Yeah, I mean, Luna's fighting for it up there as well. But for the most part, Muerta and Nightstalker are having the best time. I guess RNS really aren't letting this unregistered Nightstalker have a good time. Really giving them, really getting them through the books, you know.
Tank going for the bottle. Is that what you see on Muerta mid? Do you still go for a bottle?
I mean, I feel like, yeah, you probably should, right? I mean, I think pretty much every hero nowadays kind of wants to go bottle mid. Like, runes are very good. If you can get them, and the only heroes that don't go bottle are the ones that don't need it at all and are, like, not confident about their ability to secure runes, like power runes.
Yeah, but isn't OD one of the harder mids to like get those runes about? Because once he knows, he's just gonna throw the imprison on you.
Yeah.
And to go get it, right? Like every
Well,
time.
I feel like Muerta's not scared of OD, so like it's all about just trying to force him to go to a different one. But also, if he's consistently trying to like mono up against you, you can maybe rotate a support and get a free kill. So if he astrals early, then he's just dead. But yeah, he definitely can like secure them in a way. But also, OD's not much of a barbed by himself, so. He might be a little reluctant to spend too much time securing the runes. Only tends towards the Midas, which I see a lot of mid ODs do. Normally they do it after trends, but
yeah, I'd like to mention, understands
Deadline.
scaling to laying him. Ooh, going onto the Marta, taking a lot of cards. Marta just walks back up though. Misplayed.
yeah, I can see what them worth to. Yeah, she wanted to fear him into the tower because if she got the fish off first, he might have been able to kill him. But a bit greedy.
Risky play, unnecessary risk in like what was already a bit of a challenging matchup for her.
Yeah, it definitely does make things easier losing this. She's missing the entire way as well from it, which is really rough. Odie's now, quarter of the way through 5 while she's only a quarter of the way through 4. So it's pretty rough.
Consider it a
God, even just watching the OD Ashton prison there, it's painful.
Yeah, it's like
It's so frustrating.
nearly
Like
200 of her health gone from it as well.
Yeah, you lose your health, makes it so that casting your spells feels bad because you use up a huge chunk of your mana pool.
I think I'd like to see the Martha be a little more liberal with her Deadshot use to secure some of the range creeps that have just...
Yeah, I think shoving out the wave in general is probably a good shout for her, especially when there's water and so.
Battle the support, top lane. Oracle squaring up on the
I'm
Warlock.
gonna battle.
I'm gonna heal myself. No, I'm gonna heal myself. No, I'm gonna heal myself.
It's a double heal build on the Warlock. Interesting.
He went to... that's not the build. Comedy Bronx.
I've seen some Warlocks go to like 1 or 2 points heal if they think it makes sense in the lane. I guess it can kind of make sense with the Luna, just she wants to secure a farm.
Luna was getting bullied for a while, so I can see why you might want to help out.
I'm gonna say it's like defensively, it's still like it's pretty good if you don't think you can be aggressive with the QE builds. But also, you're not happy with this as Warlock because it's not why you pick the hero.
Alright, Slug, as another unregistered Night Stalker, do you think this first night we're going to see some rotations out of the Night Stalker to make things happen on the map, or still probably going to stick to the lane?
Slug doesn't rotate ever. Slug doesn't do anything.
No. He could, but I don't think it's going to happen. He's a bit low level.
I think maybe if he had phase boots, like he'd do it, but like he hasn't gotten yet. And like you really want to be doing it with your ult. Like
His other lanes aren't going successfully enough that a gank is guaranteed to pay out either.
I think a lot of people think that the hero is like reliant on nighttime. I think he's way more reliant on his ult. I think like he doesn't actually care that much. Like nighttime's nice because it makes him feel stronger after his ult. But like you don't really want to do like big plays without your ult. It just gives you so much damage, and like the free movement's pretty big.
It looks like they healed the Night Stalker to death top lane. D-Dollar sitting in lane, not a lot of mana. Maybe they saw the opportunity that D-Dollar wasn't going to be able to save the Dawnbreaker there. Took advantage. Popped her.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised they never did that, but I guess it's the power of the Lunar Blessing.
OD gets another solo kill with the Sanity's Eclipse onto the Martha. That's a
Yeah, he was sitting on very low mana. I guess he's got like a 2 or 3 National Imprisonments. And... I hate OD ult. Whenever I play him, I never use Astral Imprisonment, so they always have too much mana.
Nice Stalker tried going for the crow there. Dancing through the trees.
I'm wondering if we'll see Night Stalker go back for like a Midas or something. I'm a big fan of like Midas Night Stalker. I think the hero struggles to scale without Midas.
Muerta coming bot with ult. Maybe throwing some not possible. Meanwhile, Night Stalker's just running at the spec, nearly got her low enough. Battery assault. Power with 3 plays. Yep.
Yeah, they're keeping in, but they managed to kill Jakiro. OD has to be careful here because, like, well, maybe I'll take one down.
He's just sitting in the silence.
Yeah, more just barely gets the Night Stalker with a tower. They at least forced this Night Stalker to go through the official channels and get registered.
Don't look now, but Radiant's bottom tower is getting obliterated.
Let's go straight back in. Better has one for the earn build. Going back towards a Midas though. Little interested to see that, but I guess you can probably get away with it. How well the OD's been doing mid.
OD does have sorry?
The Spectre.
Radiant's middle tower is hanging on by a brick.
I've seen some specs go it normally when they don't think their team can do much. I'm a big fan of the Urn, which he has went into the Blade Mail. I think unless you just like go to town with your ult. You know, I don't hate the idea of Midas, but
I don't love it paired with like the OD going for the Midas. Like they've got this great late game vision on RNS, right? Great late game vision. I mean, like Spectre late, OD late, like just shitting.
Total also scales
right?
pretty well. Yeah.
But like I'm worried about how you get there, because like what is that all going to be on the back of your Dawn? But your Dawn's a counter initiator, so like how?
Dawn's also not having the best start to a game. Like she's the lowest net worth core right now. She's having a rough time. She hasn't even got phase boots yet. Yeah, no, it's. I think if Super Good Team failed to punish the 2 Midases though, it could definitely do a lot of work for them. Right now they're bullying the Spectre. OD's down. He's on his own again. He actually prisoned himself, and the Oracle should be in. If Oracle doesn't have a level 6. Manages to root the OG. Honestly, good punish. I felt like maybe if the Master had committed there, they could have finished off the OD, but I understand not wanting to be too brave under the tower.
Merta won the Astral Imprisonment and did not have enough mana for that dead shot. Used a bottle charge after the fight. Probably would have gone differently otherwise.
Yeah. I think this OD is doing a lot of work for his team right now. Really kind of pulling them ahead.
It's crazy because like all he's got is a Midas.
One thing is like a lot of the reason people like going for the Midas on OD is that he does a lot before like pre-BKBs anyway, and the attack speed lets him do more. So I think he's a very natural mid lane Midas builder, similar to like Puck and the one-out heroes that can kind of use their attacks early.
Luna, the Dawnbreaker, quick shot on.
They're out of the Luna roll. They're out of the Oracle. They're gonna take the Oracle instead. Obviously, would have much preferred the Dawn. You settle for that.
Don't look now, but Radiant's bottom tower is getting a
You know,
I'm not
in
gonna
terms
say
of
flop
farming
out.
speed, though, I mean,
It's
we
kinda
do
fun.
mention that. Ooh, missed the OD killing the Nice RF somewhere on the map. Mid
It
lane.
was
I think.
Don't
mid
look now,
tower, yeah.
but Radiant's bottom
Under
tower
his
is
tower
getting
mid, yeah.
obliterated. Okay, fine. You can look.
No, Stalker is heading towards the minus, which I'm a big fan of.
Triple. Oh wait, no. Okay.
No, he's the other one. His
Sorry,
team going for it.
wrong team.
Oh, Dyer's middle
Triple
tower
in the
is
About to
game.
lose my mind.
standing on its last break.
I'm a big fan of heading towards the minus. I think he did a lot early with his ult.
Looks like
Like,
Radiant's
his
top
attack
tower
was
is
a lot
getting
more.
torn down.
I think then
Dyer's
just,
middle tower is taking one hell of a beating.
Just running away.
I'm actually a big fan of his P4 Clockwork. I think he's done so much for his
Don't
team.
look now, but
Oh,
Radiant's
absolutely.
bottom tower is
Like,
getting
his laning was a little
obliterated.
rough, but
Oh, Dyer's middle tower isn't
Other than
sure.
that,
That thing is standing
he's,
on its last
very
brick.
good.
Yeah, like a discount robotic version of Spirit Breaker.
You can tell
Oh,
Dyer's
yeah,
middle
just-
tower is in
pretty
trouble from the
fast,
way it's being
but
destroyed.
very
Yes, it doesn't have the
disruptive in
global
some ways.
effectiveness, but yeah, just being
Dyer's
able to
middle
go in for
tower
that
has
cost
kicked
is
the concrete
super
bucket.
good.
Don't look now, but Radiant's
Well,
bottom
super
tower
for
is
super
getting
good.
obliterated. Sturdy
Um,
bottom tower was
sure.
built to withstand.
I do want to
never
comment
mind.
too. So we talked about like the Midas and the spec. I think even with the Midas, there, like if there are some stacks for this in terms of like farm speed, like Luna
Yeah.
is able to farm so fast, and like there really isn't a hero like comparable to that unregistered Night Stalkers right now that
Not
can just
really,
like
no.
flash farm the jungle. Luna just able to go to town, goes for that early Mask of Madness as well. Is like, yeah, I'm gonna hit creeps for a while. See you guys.
Yeah. Well, I think the only real way they can like have similar farming like
Just
on their
another
team
bounty.
is to have the the Dawn do the Dawn stuff and have the maybe the OD look for plays. Maybe OD just look for heroes and then use the Dawn OD potentially with Speckle. And that way, because even if the Luna's farming up, if she's the only hero farmed, it's pretty hard for her to play the game because she's going to rely so much on BKB to not be Astral present, right? So you need like Muerta or Night Stalker to also be this threat. Otherwise, Astral Prism just takes one of your heroes out of the game. Muerta heading towards an Orchid, which is an interesting time choice. Obviously, I think it does a lot against OD. Even Dawn to a degree. Ooh, beautiful hook.
Battery Assault and the Night Stalker side
Yeah,
should
beautiful
be enough
clean up.
to finish him.
Oh,
Oh,
oh. I mean, she didn't get any of the heals. It looks like she's just coming in to die too. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I don't think you can really be affording those deaths on RS right now. It's definitely you're definitely handing away the kind of tempo of the game to this Night Stalker.
Yeah,
My
like we're kind of saying, it kind of needs to be like a survive the mid game and pick some smart fights at our RNS here.
I think you only really want to fight if you're throwing out Dawn and Spectre all at the same time, and Spectre, because she went this Midas, isn't comfortable joining fights, and I think it's really making things rough for them. I think it's one of those things where a lot of P1 players like they have this greed where like I am the star of the show, I am the one who farms, but I think understanding that your OD is probably your big late game threat more than anything. Maybe you just need to try and have your team survive tempo wise on the spec. Probably was the play, but at the same time, there's a reason pro
Radiant's
players
scanning
also
around
manage
for
to
enemies.
because comebacks are pretty easy to get. So if they're not careful. Big damage going out top. Odie dumping out damage with the switchblade as well. Definitely see the power of the Odie and interestingly, I mean, as you said, this Muerta's heading towards an Orchid, Luna's currently going towards like stat times. No BKB's in sight. Night Stalker's heading towards an Echo Saber, so this OD is going to be scary. Obviously, if Night Stalker gets on top of him, he himself doesn't have a BKB, so he also.
Mina, be honest, how many BKBs did you build tonight?
One. I thought one of my Luna game. That's it. I don't remember.
Hook shot onto the spec. Spec is able to snap the dagger out. Not a lot of
Yeah.
power here. Ooh, gets a fear shot.
Don't look now, but Radiant's bottom tower
Look, who did I play game one?
obliterated. Okay, fine. You can look. It's kind of fun.
He's useless. I can't remember what I played. I played PL game 3 as well. I didn't do that game.
Yeah, and so back to like speaking to the Luna Flash farm. I mean, if we look at the last hits and denies now, so Luna's at the top at 135. Next highest is the OD with 90, and then it immediately drops down to less than half of the Luna's CS. 66 on both the Night Stalker and the Muerta. Spec just sitting slowly on the 60. It's like So I'm still a fan of. It doesn't feel great, but if you're in an absolutely desperate situation with spec,
Radiant's courier
I
just took a
don't
turn.
hate Mask of Madness on spec just to catch up on like farming.
Double
I've
damage.
never really thought about it. I don't hate the idea.
Well, it's like you can build into like a satanic or a butterfly later on. Like
Yeah,
you're
no, I
totally lost in, like,
I
the
see some
build-up.
potential in it. I'm wondering if maybe there's a better a better cheap item for farming. Like blade mail does a lot for a farming.
Dyer's top tower is really
I haven't
taking
played
a
with it, but I definitely would like to try it. after
Yeah,
thinking about it.
I don't think the blade mill speeds up the farming that much. It's helpful for sure, but it's not it's not an accelerant by any means. Oh, hook shot onto the OT.
Yeah,
This
but I think
clock
it's
just
solid
goes
by the
in.
watch
I
as
love
well.
it.
Oh, nice
Flips
job
down,
the OD.
nice stalker trying to square up on the
Ice
OD.
Bath. Ice Bath did a lot of work in this fight. OD, you got all this auto, and he's the lead here in this OD. It's really hard for him to take fights if the OD doesn't die. Hero's just so scary.
Caught by the ice bath, unfortunately.
Yeah, both ice baths in that fight were huge. And the ice bath saving the OD early was so big.
Radiant's middle
Yeah,
tower
I think
is
as soon as they
about
didn't
to
kill the OD, the fight was going on.
Things are looking dire. Dyer's bottom tower. Forget I said that.
For essentially seeing the issue you said, which is that this Night Stalker kind of needs to go on the Oracle, and you can't afford to have an OD over like that.
Deadshot misses. Morta trying to kill his spec. I don't know if it's going to be enough damage. Yeah, able to spec dagger out. Meanwhile, the OD just coming in like, hey, wait,
healed up as
maybe I
well.
can join this fight. Nice Stalker going on the OD. Smack
OD has
them.
full staff on Korea.
Four steps
Able to
away.
turn, starts deleting this Night Stalker.
Breaker. Stun off target.
Hey, nothing really ends up coming out of this bottom fight. Meanwhile, Luna's pretty happily following its up, so I guess pretty good for super good.
Yeah. Valve or whatever forces that be think the win rate is dead even 50-50 right now. How do you feel about
Yeah,
that?
I definitely could see that. I think both teams are in like a spot where like the upcoming fights could easily decide the game, right? I think like both teams have pretty good scaling, and whichever team gets ahead in fights, like I think whichever team starts to build the BKBs like earlier, are probably gonna win. Like, I think BKBs against the OD make it so he can't do any damage, and BKB for the OD just lets him man fight. So I feel like that's kind of the deciding factor is whichever team takes a fight with BKB first. If you imagine like the super good have this like perfect fight where Luna joins the fight, Night Stalker like bolts at the Oracle and then just delete the Oracle and then run at the OD, right? Like how do you fight as RNS if your Oracle dies early and then they run at your OD with Zances? You just can't, right? I think your Specs is too small, your Dawn's too small, you can't fight. So that's their win position for a fight, but then the other end, if they do not go on the Oracle first, the OD is basically immortal, and he's going to survive through the stances, and he's going to start just pummeling you with his orbs. Like, you can definitely see how each team could like just wipe a fight super easily, and if either team did wipe a fight, suddenly they have a huge lead, and start snowballing with BKB or whatever. And, yeah, I definitely can see the game and how either team could easily kind of take the lead and potentially stay the game.
Yeah, so super good team taking a tier 2 there for free. All of registered Night Stalkers alive, opting to let the tier 2 go. So super good team starting to get some map control here.
Yeah. And one of the nice things about the Luna is that like, the Luna Blessing makes your team just destroy towers so quickly. Like you really need to kind of react very quickly to a grouped push.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it earlier, but they did kind of go in, double in on the nighttime heroes here. Between the Night Stalker and the Luna.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the Luna cares as much. I mean, she has the extra vision that makes her better, but also she also has good daytime vision. So, for the most part, she's not too upset about it being daytime. But yeah, she has a minor advantage in the night.
Well, it's the global on the Lunar Blessing at night, though, right? And that's maybe where you get a little more benefit, right?
I did not know that was a thing.
Yeah. Hey Mina.
Hi.
Lunar Blessing becomes global at night.
Thank you.
I know you're a pretty new Luna player. I mean, I saw you get your ass handed to you earlier on,
Yeah,
but
it was terrible. I genuinely don't know what's going on. Yeah, that's actually a very cool little combo then against the Night Stalker. The bonus that when he ults, he just gets an extra 21 damage. It's pretty nice. Just taking a free Roshan, really making use of this kind of classic move. I'm curious if they're going to use this tower thing like this Mage to really pressure the towers. Night Stalker saying, hey, we need to push out top and mid. We just need to shove the lanes right now. Just drawing on the map.
Okay, so A1 on the Spectre. Got the Sacred Relic going for the Radiance. I'm just worried it's too little too late. I mean, we're 21 minutes in. You've got...
It is concerning.
8 kill participations. Like, yeah, your Radiance might slow down the Warlock, but I mean, the rest of the team, they're starting to like build up some of these stat items, get a little bit stronger. Huerta's still a bit of a glass cannon, but once she finishes this like Shadow Blade, you're not going to be able to just chase her down unless you're buying dust as well, which we know how much P1 players love buying dust. So it's like
hate that stuff. That stuff's gross. Get out of my face. But yeah, no, I agree. I think this Radiance is maybe a little too late. Like obviously it does have a nice impact, right? You know, the group evasion against the Luna and the Muerta and even the Night Stalker is nice, and the damage does add up. But at the same time, I'm not convinced. Like, I feel like she needs the blade mail. Like, there's no BKBs currently on Super Good, right? And like the looks of it, no one's building. Luna's building one soon, but otherwise, I don't think you have to worry about one for a while. Without blade mail, she just dies to Muerta. Like, she just gets deleted by Muerta. That's kind of your life aspect of this game. So I don't think it matters having this damage tick if you're not surviving long enough to use it.
Spec,
so I'm a little worried.
Night Stalker running into each other in the lane, doing
Yeah,
absolutely nothing to each other.
Away.
You farm there, I'll farm here. Okay, bye.
He's not real. He's not registered, so he's not real.
Yeah.
Curious if Night Stalker's gonna throw as well. He threw it out here. Just a little too hesitant. Yeah. If he hadn't hesitated, that might have been a 3 kill on the Spectre.
Will you come mid and hold hands with me? Will you come mid and hold hands with me?
A little bit of BM going out in the chat.
Love it. Yeah, Night Stalker working on his BKB as well. Glad the teams realize the value of it in team fights.
Yeah, I mean, the Moira's still not heading towards one, but I guess she has her ult, so she's a little bit less scared of the OD's orbs.
Well, and I think, you know, with the Shadow Blade, like, hopefully what Tank is thinking is, like, alright, I'm only joining, like, coming into fights with absolute certainty that I can position myself well and, like, blow people up. Because I think
yeah, I mean, with the Shadow Blade
ult,
right? She could maybe blow the OD up. I mean, he has a 4-staff to kind of get out, but at the same time, if you maybe throw out a dead shot at the same time, and throw your ult, the hero does do a lot of damage, but
did they smoke under the observer? No, they didn't smoke under the observer. They either find people or just towers. They see the Spec farming.
Spec's in a lot of danger. She's getting out. She's running for it. Yeah, I mean, they're not finding her there.
Dawn ult onto nothing.
The hook onto the Spectre. Luna throws the ult out. Oh, the chains.
God, the chains, dude. Warlock getting blown up.
Odie's gonna look at the turn, maybe? Yeah, they're just bleeding up on the left side. Luna goes down, but she has Aegis. And then Muerta looks at the maybe
four steps away.
He has no other way of getting out. Oh, he gets orchided. Beautiful.
Top tower has bit the big biscuit.
Kicking ass and taking nades. Super good team.
Yeah, super good team. They're upset. They're angry. So they got the Aegis, and that was well, I guess the Warlock as well, but they're not getting much in that fight.
No.
Huge net worth and XP swing towards super good hit.
Yeah, and look at the like map control they're about to get to. Like, could possibly
top
start
lane
pressuring
shoved
the
in,
tier 2
top lane shoved in.
Yeah.
Don't look now,
Well,
but
Luna's
Radiant's
catching
bottom
the
tower
lane
is
up.
getting obliterated. Okay, fine, you can look. It's kind of funny.
It's
BKB coming
yeah.
out to the Luna. I mean,
yeah,
you hit a lot of your timings with that fight win. You were saying earlier, and I think you got it right, like, some of these big team fights as they popped off were going to be so critical to this. And I think it started really unfortunately. We saw the Dawnbreaker try to ult in onto the Spec, but, like, missed the mark, and, like, they weren't really in a position to, like, kill the Spec.
If you're a fan of
Just kind
Radiant's top
of Solar
tower,
Guardian
I'd set my
used,
eyes
like,
right
not
now.
very fruitfully at the beginning of that fight.
I think Dawn's had a rate of time, which is really low on the net worth of this game. It's It's kind of it's one of the big issues for that team, I think.
Radiant's
It's
middle
just how
tower
bad
is
of a game
about to be
she's
a pile
kind
of
of
smoking
she's been
rust.
struggling to get anything done. Like she joins a fight, every time she jumps into a fight, she dies. And it's like it feels like she needs to join these fights, but she doesn't. Like,
Nice Stalker.
bad.
Going on the
Why is the
spec.
spec there?
Spec's still not with this Radiance. Has the gold for it. Ooh.
They lost her. I'm a little
Luna.
surprised not sure we didn't commit the ult there just to clear her up. Yes, decided Spectre was worth
Luna running into
it.
the
The
Dawnbreaker.
poor Dawn.
Goodbye.
You need to get out of here, Jakiro. You don't want this Night grabbing you. So they have BKB on both these heroes now, so it's really. They find two. They want this OD. And there's gonna be an open arc
This
if they're
hook
not
shot,
careful.
very unfortunate.
Yeah, they're really struggling. I mean, they clear the
I
arc.
think you got the damage, Nice Stalker. I think you're in
Yeah,
bad
you're-
position now.
He's able to walk out. I mean, they got some kills. It's kind of hard for them to chase. Maybe would have liked to see a Spectre up there to maybe help punish the nice first positioning, but at the same time, I understand that it was not exactly a short kill thing, so I understand not wanting to go in for no reason.
Alright.
Spectre does have Radiance now, though.
Yep, 27 minutes in. Spec's ready to start farming.
Sustains good.
I mean, the Radiance just helping fights. It's just so hard to get. Like, I feel like against the Muerta and the Luna, there's just so much damage coming out of it. It's hard to really get the value out of the Radiance, but I'm curious to see what items the Spectre's going to head towards now. Maybe, like, I don't know. I feel that she needs to stand up, but she also needs to.
Radiant's middle tower
Make
is
that magic
hanging on by a
resistance.
brick.
She also needs to wait and not just get bullied by Night Stalker. Like,
Blade Mail, BKB, Scotty, and Missile all at once.
yeah, basically, like, it feels like she needs the world right now. She needs to be the late game Spectre, and it's gonna be a while. I mean, Odie obviously is still a big guy. Getting very close to BKB himself, just finishes it. That's something for them, but there's still the issues. And, you know, BKBs are advantageous more so for the enemy than for him.
Vicinity of Dyer's top tower, I'd put
Muerta
on hard
working
hat.
on hers
That
now
baby
as
is
well, so
coming
we'll
back.
have all three cores on the super good team with BKBs for
Yeah.
possibly the next big fight whenever it happens.
It looks like a super good team. They're pretty happy, just kind of relaxing, waiting for Roche. Which I can't blame them, right? Using this Luna. You'd have to be a pretty smart team to think about getting Roche on Luna. We would never do it on Mages. That's above our pay grade.
Right. Luna gaining the top.
Oh, they're looking to maybe go for a fight with this Night Stalker. Spectre not respecting the Night Stalker at all. Oh, a beautiful
Rocket
goal
drop
run.
with Bonds. Yeah. No
It's
Solar
hard.
Guardian out of here. Spec just kind of caught out of position.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I feel like I understand why to do this by pushing it, but with the Waygates, it's really scary you pushing in that position.
Yeah, and you know, I was talking about how Spec got her 27-minute Radiance to farm, where she gets to spend the full 28-minute head and base.
Yeah.
Nice Stalker squaring up on this Oracle. Yeah, gets
Well, I
killed.
mean, what can you do, right? I mean, the hero maybe. I don't think they want to. They don't want to press the issue. They're like they'll let him live.
I am not a betting man, unless it's basketball.
Luna's
Oh,
going to
he-
finish her butterfly as well.
Only cleaning up the wall up on the sides. He might pay for it with his leg. Luna throws out the BKB and he's now. Oh, he might be clear the. That's what maybe but yeah, they kind of everything. But at least he got a couple of picks before dying.
I think Dyer, if you're smart, you try to force out the buybacks here, and then you go back, you take something like
Yeah.
Roshan.
If you're a fan of Radiant's top
Yeah, I think they're
tower,
very happy just pressuring the stop tower, forcing out buyback on OD maybe. They get a glyph at least. I mean, that's better than nothing.
Something. Absolutely.
Makes the push that much easier if you do go get Roche in a minute's time.
Yeah, and I think they've got so much map control right now. I mean, if we look at like the observers in the center,
Oh, going the Muerta top, but the Muerta has her ult.
Silver Edge?
Oh, she
Oh,
after
what a
the left.
bait out of the spec.
Yeah, gotta get out there, gotta get out in this one. Okay. The Dawn looking to clean up, but the Dawn does not have any way of stopping the Muerta from just walking away. That's unfortunate.
By my demon staff.
Coming in.
I feel like RNS really need to try and push this bot lane in, you know, force some rotations, especially heading down to it now. Because I think as super good team, you probably check Roche shortly. It is currently up on the bottom side of the map.
Spec working on the Manta. Already got the Yasha. Manta does feel kind of bad though against Night Stalker, so like so many other silences in the game.
Yeah.
With Manta, but
I think it's kind of the default build on Spectre. There's a lot of damage with the Desolate, but at the same time, I agree that maybe just
Things
more
are looking
stats would have
dire
been
for Dire's
appropriate.
bottom
Maybe just
tower.
rush Scardy or something.
Forget I said that. Their bottom tower is in trouble.
But at the same time, it is that situation where I just feel like
Dire's
she needs
bottom
2
tower's
items,
gone
not
to
one.
a tower farm up
yeah, I
north.
suppose you
I am
could
not a
remove
betting
the
man,
Orchid
unless
from
it's
the
basketball.
Muerta, but yeah,
Football, horse racing,
Yeah.
I feel like
rugby,
other items
cricket,
take
or tournament.
precedent
But
over
if I
the
was,
the one
middle
side.
tower,
I
then
mean,
I'll
you do have the
raise
Oracle.
smoking
Like in
rocks.
an ideal world, the Oracle.
I mean, there is
is
part of the
supposed to
matter
help
in
you,
that
right?
if she catches someone alone with her ult, like this definitely puts a lot of pressure on the supports to never be alone. But at the same time, I think with how far ahead Super Good Team are, they don't really want to be alone in the sports. They want to be grouped up. They want to be doing things.
Radiant scanning for enemies. Or maybe for friends.
It looks like they're gonna clean up
Protect the
Roche.
focus. Radiant do scan it out.
Yeah, they know it's happening, but at the same time, do you really want to go take a fight down there? I'm not sure it's the best. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, if you manage to completely catch them off guard on RNS, maybe you can delete some heroes on OD and maybe you win the fight off that, but
Yeah,
you
again,
really
it's
need
like-
to be praying.
The how do you start fights question, you know, for registered Night Stalkers? Do you
That's the
really
thing,
want
right? Who
your
goes in?
OD or your spec going in first?
Well, that's the question. Like, the Dawn's too, like, you having to farm to really go in first yourself. The two supports aren't really going into the hero kind of can. Like, OD originally...
Oh, Nick, your cheese?
I feel like originally
Dire's
the
middle tower
OD's
is
job
assured.
was to be this guy that goes in
Standing on
first,
its
but
last
because, you know, when you just look at the net worth on their team, I mean, he is their big bad boy, and I don't think we can afford to have him go in first at this point. Maybe you can look to bait out some spells, and then, you know, you throw out the
Clock
Dawn.
onto the Oracle, caught out of position here.
Yeah, it's really good because the Oracle doesn't have buybacks, so this mate's going high ground that much easier.
That's our pop's old for this. Yeah, Harpoons. Yeah, you're coming with me, son.
I think you just commit to going high ground here with the Night Stalker roll. Like, you got like 30
Got
seconds.
Aegis. Satanic
Or
on the
just
Luna
get
now
out.
as well.
Where's that the BKB?
Night Stalker just making space so the Luna can take buildings, and as we know,
Yeah.
high ground is buildings very
As
fast.
soon as the tier 3 goes down, it's pretty hard to defend against the Luna. The tier 3 is...
There, took, like the tower's
Yeah.
like a fifth of the way.
Well, Luna needs to be careful. She loses Aegis very unfortunately. Playback from the battle doing work against... Oh, but the hook!
The harpoon hook actually.
Yeah.
A1
Actually,
chases
that is
the
enough.
Warlock. Doesn't get anything done with it.
I feel like Luna probably should have just found the rack there. Kind of lightly played too well.
You got BKB, you got Satanic, you got Eclipse. Like, go push buttons.
Dire's top tower, I put on a mark. That baby
Maybe we're giving them a little bit too much respect. Once it goes down, I mean, I guess she wasted it BKB in the previous fight. When it goes up, she can clean up the rack. She's going alone right now. She has a shot. But she
Satanic, when she's got full HP, I don't know if that's a play. Walk with the biggest hook of all time.
yeah, she could have cleaned up that. It looks like they can get out now. When you get your tier 3, you get your rats. You can get a couple picks here and there. I mean,
Maybe go finish up
not
this tier
so
2 mid.
I mean, yeah, it looks pretty free with the creep wave running in. It's a huge creep wave.
hanging on by a brick.
Only 2 alive.
I'd like to see Luna maybe
Luna
go and do
distracted
that.
by the creeps on the way.
Happens
Where
to the
am I
best of
again?
us.
What am I doing? The
It
creeps.
happens to the best of us, man. Man after my own heart.
Do it with flair.
Luna now with the butterfly finish as well. So even if the OD does,
Yeah,
like, start
but
to team
Luna's
off- oh, well, the
so big
Revenant
at
is
this
breach though, because that offers True Strike, right? Yeah,
Does it actually don't know?
it does. Yeah.
Radiant's
So
middle
you
tower
already
is
got an
about to
answer
be
to
a
the
pile of
sacrifice.
smoking
Some
rocks.
good proactive thinking there. Is that a master
Wow.
tier OD? Is that 30 or is that 25?
It's 30, I believe.
That's 30. Damn.
Actually, maybe it's 25. I don't know. I don't know what it's like. I don't know how many
Radiant's
heroes
middle
I have.
tower is hanging on by a brick.
Well, if I could see more as an observer, I would let
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
I'm
but
done. I don't know anything.
I don't know how to use fucking
Radiant's
control
middle
board,
tower
man.
is about to be a pile of smoking rocks.
I just click around the map. I try to look at what's happening when it's happening.
I just look at the
Occasionally,
pretty
I'm like,
what's
yeah, I
happening.
should change something on the drop-down menu.
Oh,
Let's go
God.
from net worth to
Oh,
less
baby
is
boy.
denies.
Oh no. Oh, Dawn was just shopping, man. You didn't have to do it like that.
Expected daylight to protect you.
Yeah,
That's
well,
rough. It's looking
no
like
Solar
probably
Guardian,
gonna see-
50 seconds.
Yeah, probably gonna see a push in this top wave now. That, I mean, they've got everything up, right? So Well, no, they're not committing too hard. They get the tier 2 while they're at it. Out with anything. Luna's
There goes
clearing
the
up the
tier-
stop there.
Ooh.
Oh. Oh, no, just that's the big special. Luna's very scared of Zodi, which I get it, he does a lot of damage. She has BKB, so she can always BKB run away. Luna's getting a little bit eager to fight heroes. I feel like Dire want to get out right now. They wasted a lot just now. We'll have to be the one to punch the towers. I think Nostroker might pay for this. Oh, he has
Watch
the
this, I will sacrifice myself for you. Ah!
Yeah, he went in as like a hero. Maybe he's going to hit BKB.
Where the ult? Big ult.
Yeah,
Are they able to
the
finish
leading
off the
heroes.
OC though? No?
Yeah. Oh, wait, Luna
Way
chasing
out
that.
unless...
Oh, he pushes the wrong one back.
Luna popping this Satanic so early in these team fights. I think we'll see in the beginning or the end though. The Spectre drops as
Yeah,
well.
I mean, Luna's
Buyback
just
available
taking
on
it.
the hero and the Spectre, but it's still...
Luna's just taking tier 4. She's done with this game. Get out the Wi-Fi, I'm lagging. It's a good one. The Oracle trying to slow them down, disarming them, but there's just so much hero damage, so much power damage coming out. GG.
GG.
If we could take it 2-0. Yeah. Honestly, super interesting game. It was a super close game for a while. It was kind of that one tipping point fight.
Yeah, I also think, you know, Registered Night Stalkers bank so much on the late game without really figuring out the path to get there. I like some of the ideas. I think the spec needed to build itemized differently, you know, to be able to farm early rather than at the 27-minute mark.
Yeah. Well, farm early or fight early, right? She needed to be able to do... I think the Midas kind of, like, didn't do much for her. Like, I think there are games where Midas Spectre works out. I just don't think this is one of them. I think you need to understand that your OD is your greedy hero and you need to be more proactive, maybe. Welcome.
Hey.
All right.
Hey.